Hey everybody, welcome back. So a couple of nights ago I did a test of my MSR fueled canister stove. Temperature was minus 28, and so I thought tonight, just for comparison, I'd do a quick test of my MSR Dragonfly multi-fuel stove. And tonight it's minus 30, minus 32, and anyway, I don't know if you can see that, but just thought I'd give that one a try in extreme cold conditions and see how it compared to the canister stove isobutane. That one didn't perform very well at minus 28, so I expect that the Dragonfly multi-fuel stove, going to burn some kerosene in it, is going to perform a little bit better at these low temperatures. So just get set up, and then we'll cut back to the video. Alright, I'm all set up here. We're going to try and make this happen. I've assembled my stove. I've given it about a dozen pumps or so on the fuel bottle, so I got kerosene in here. This is a MSR Dragonfly, and the way you get these to work, you have to basically preheat the pan here so that when the liquid fuel comes out under pressure, it vaporizes. And so to do that, you need to spill a little bit of fuel onto this wick underneath here. That little bit of flame is going to preheat the pan, and then once we believe the pan is hot enough, then we can open up our gas again, and the liquid that's in the bottle should be coming out under pressure, vaporizing, and then igniting. So it's been honestly a couple years since I even fired this up. Originally purchased this stove in 1999, just before the big disaster that never happened, and in the meantime it's been a great little stove, gotten lots of use out of it. So 20 years old. This kerosene in here is probably 20 years old because I don't use a lot of kerosene. I bought a couple of 5-gallon jugs, and I think I still got one left. And that's the nice thing about kerosene. It basically has an indefinite lifespan, unlike white gas or gasoline, which white gas, when you open the can, starts to deteriorate, and of course gasoline does the same. So that's the nice thing about kerosene. This fuel, or this stove, will burn almost any kind of fuel. Will not burn methanol, but you can burn automotive gasoline, diesel, kerosene, camping gas, aviation fuel. So that's one thing that makes this stove kind of an ideal prepper's stove, if you want to look at it that way. Good to go for any disaster, and in the meantime, it's a great backpacking stove, although it's a little bit heavy. Very fuel efficient, works very well in low temperatures. So here today we got minus 32 Celsius. Let's try and prime this thing up without singeing our eyebrows here. So gonna open the bottle first. Actually, make sure we're closed on this valve. Opening the bottle. Gonna try and spill just a little bit of fuel. Yep, nothing coming out of there. Gonna close that up again. I'm gonna give her a few more pumps. Being this cold, it's possible that it might take a little bit more pressure to get the fuel spilling. So open that one again. Open this one. No fuel. Oh, there we go. A little bit of fuel coming out of there. We'll just spill that onto the wick a little bit. And I know my Bic lighter's not going to work. Let's try our Swedish fire steel here. See if we can get that going. Try and get a little more fuel onto the wick there. Give her a few more pumps. Like I said, it's been a couple years since I used it. Hopefully it's not clogged. Oh, there we go. There we go. Just had to get a little bit of fuel in the onto the wick there. These stoves can be a little bit hard to get going. Just take some practice, and then ultimately it's not that hard. A little bit more fooling around than just a canister stove. You want to make sure that you know, you haven't got any flammables around with this guy. You don't want to be doing it in your tent unless you're really good or really desperate. But otherwise, very reliable stove. So we're going to let that preheat for just a minute here. Let some of that kerosene on the wick burn off. Make sure this center pan is nice and warm. And let those flames die down just a little bit. And let's crack open the throttle just a touch. You saw a little flare up there. It's not quite hot enough, but we're adding some fuel to it. Just very slowly opening the valve. And there you see the pan is hot enough to vaporize that fuel. Open it up a little bit more. Just start slowly at first, and then once you got those blue flames, you can open it up. So nice hot fire on that one, minus 32 degrees. Warm up my hands a little bit. But I think if we put a cup of water on there, that'll boil in no time flat. So there you go, 20-year-old MSR Dragonfly, 20-year-old kerosene. I've done no maintenance to this stove. I did replace the pump here at one point because it actually cracked the original version. So this is kind of an upgraded one. And I did that a number of years ago. And zero issues. I haven't replaced any of the seals. I've never had a clog. You pull it out and it's good to go. So this stove, I'm giving 2 thumbs up. If you're serious about prepping, this is something to take a look at. All right, thanks for watching. Till next time, like, share, and subscribe, and take it easy.